Yeah, we're blinking. I got so many cameras running right now, it's insane. Actually not really all that many, but I got my drift on the right side of my helmet. I have the GoPro on my chin, and then I have my little SJ4000 knockoff on my handlebars. We're gonna see how well this works out. I don't have it pointed at the best. I mean, it's a little bit off the SJ, but I'll do a little comparison. I'll switch the screens back and forth, and I will put down on the screen which camera is which. So right here we have the SJ, or the SJ4000 knockoff, which was $20 on the Wish app. If you've never used the Wish app, it is a basically a Japanese purchase, like a Japanese eBay basically, but with no bidding. It's all just buy it now. But I'm pretty sure most of you already know what Wish is. My forehead. But yeah, it's a gotta get used to this GoPro being up front. But it's basically like just a Japanese, or not Japanese, Chinese knockoff type company. So it's basically a knockoff. It's a GoPro knockoff of a knockoff. The GoPro Hero 4 Silver, I believe it is. Whichever one has the LCD touchscreen on the back of it, that's the one I'm using. So that's what you're looking at through now. I mean, you've seen this one a million times through other moto vloggers, so I mean, it's nothing new. But I'm just gonna go on a little cruise, maybe 20-30 minutes. I'm not gonna make the video that long. Let's go cruise around, let you see the different angles. And we're gonna see how it all works out. I wanna see what speed I can get up to with this still sticky in on my handlebars, because it's like the cheap Chinese 3M tape. It's not real 3M tape. It says 3M, but it's like the 3M cloth, like Velcro type tape. I don't know, it's weird. It's not as sticky as regular 3M. So far, I mean, it's holding on there. Let me get up to about 60 or 70 and see what it does. I had to get my bike out running today because it's been over a week since I've ridden, and it didn't want to crank it first. It's like, no, it's been so long, I'm tired. I've been hibernating, I don't want to wake up. And then she was like, never mind, I do want to wake up. Wah! I put some new breather bolts in. I had that horseshoe that went over the top of my Screaming Eagle intake, and it was ugly. So I got the breather bolts, that way you don't have to deal with a hose. It's just bolts that have holes through them, and it breathes out of the head. So I got those installed. I know you probably can't see them, but I'm going to see how they do with oil blow by and stuff. Because out of the hose that I had for the horseshoe, it would only leak out like maybe 2 drops after a day of riding. After about, you know, say 6-7 hours of riding, it would only be about 2 drops. Let's see how this is holding on. It's holding on fairly well. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get used to this GoPro being on my chin. I can see the red light just out of the corner of it, so it's perfect. Everybody's looking at me like I'm filming a movie or something. How many cameras that boy need? I'm curious to see how this SJ knockoff picks up this high-speed, like motion type stuff. Because I took it outside the other day and I did some test footage out in the yard. You know, just kind of walked around, filmed a little bit here and there, and I mean, it did okay. It wasn't, you know, GoPro or drift type footage. It says it's 1080p, but I don't think it's really 1080p. I think it's more like, I think it shoots maybe like 720. But I mean, it does the job for a, you know, a second angle, well, a third angle in this case. But I have a drift mic adapter that my boy Amped Moto ordered for me off of Amazon. because I don't have Amazon Prime, and that's the cheapest ones you can find, unless you want to order it from like Japan or China from eBay, and it take it a month to get here. Amazon takes 2 days. I got him to order that for me, and I'm just going to give him the cash on our meetup next week. Which, while we're talking about that, I'll go ahead and bring it up. The meet for next week, because today is the 11th. So by the way, the scavenger hunt items were due yesterday, but I got a couple of stragglers, so we're gonna wait a couple extra days for a couple dudes that have given me the heads up that they got their stuff ready. They're just having to edit it. But anyway, back to the meet. It'll be next weekend. We'll get there on July 15th, that Friday. Me and Ant are gonna meet up around like 6 or 7 o'clock in Benton and ride out there. And so far the weather's saying it's gonna be like 60-40%, 60% Saturday, 40% Sunday, but it's changed back and forth so many times. Like right now I think it has like 40 Saturday. So either way, I mean, last time we did it in the rain, we can do it again in the rain, even though it's not quite as fun. But maybe it'll be okay. I'm hoping it'll blow through before that day comes. So yeah, if any of you guys want to come on out, then well, come on out. But that's all of this bike for now, or this camera angles and stuff for now. Rocks in the road, rocks in the road. But we're going to switch up a little bit of something here, so sit tight, we'll be right back. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube land? What am I on right now? What the fuck am I riding? What the hell is this? My Sportster got tiny. It got really tiny. It got very, very tiny. Oh no, it got so small. Well guys, this is Cruiser Bruiser. Back for part 2 of the GoPro and drift test, using them at the same time. I'm on a different bike. I am on a 1990 Honda Rebel 250. I bought this bike for my wife to learn how to ride on, and it's just been sitting in the garage for a while with a dead battery. I took the speedo and all that shit off of it because it was just pointless. This thing flips easy. Such a little fun bike to ride. I mean, it's slow as balls. The blinker, I've tried to take it off, the indicator, but it's got a bolt on the backside that's not one to move, so I gotta finesse it some more, WD-40 it, put some heat to it. This is a fun little bike to ride though. Had to get some gas ran through it because it's been so long since it's been ran. So, but I'll get up here and I'll stop at my normal stop up here, my graveyard, and I'll let you guys take a look at it. So let's take a look at it. Get the kickstand down. Everything's in a different place on this bike. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It's got some pollen all over it. But this is the, I believe it's a 1999. It's a 1999 or a 2000, I'm not sure. Honda Rebel 250. This is the old license plate that came on the bike when I got it. I just made a makeshift bracket for that light. That's going to be changed. Don't worry about that. New battery. It's got a little bit of gas leaking out of the carburetor right here out of the bowl, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's just, it looks like it's leaking out of the drain hole. Not sure, but the carburetor definitely has to be taken off and taken apart, get some new gaskets and stuff on it before it can be ridden a whole lot, because it leaks and I don't want it to catch on fire. But this is the bike so far. Shoo, smell that seafoam and gas. Whew. It's a fun little bike to ride though. I like it. Gotta get all these wires and shit taken off. I'm gonna keep, obviously, the ignition. I thought about relocating it to the side or something. Getting rid of all these wires. It's a clusterfuck in here. But yeah, this is
This is the Honda Rebel 250 that a couple of people have been asking me about when I'm going to get out and ride it. So here it is. Let's go enjoy a little bit of riding on it.
What's funny is it has a Harley Davidson slip-on exhaust on this thing. It's pretty funny. It doesn't leak the gas unless I'm stopped. That's why I gotta make sure I turn the gas off every time I stop. I think the Harley pipes are jinxing it. It thinks it is a Harley now. I'm in neutral. Whoops, false neutral. Feel like I'm racing Rogue again. Lead. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.